Hey, what's up, y'all? Once again, it's your friend, it's your twin, it's your man in 100 grams, your mama's favorite side piece, and your sister's boyfriend, it's your boy Doc. And I ain't gonna hold you, I just want to get to the main crux of the subject that's on this video. And the main crux of this subject is a term that I would like to refer to as relationship PTSD. Relationship related PTSD, which is basically that you have experienced so much bullshit and trauma in relationships that you just don't want to be a part of them anymore, or that you don't long to be a part of those anymore. You don't long to start a relationship. You're weary of dating. You don't even go out to hook up with chicks and have sex with them anymore because you feel like it's a waste of time. You know, I'm telling you, it's a lot to unpack here. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot to unpack here as it pertains to this subject. Um, like I'm at the point now, bro. And this ain't no man versus woman shit like a lot of people be saying with these fucking videos. Much love to the ladies, but after seeing all these relationships, how they failed, how they've never bared fruit, it makes you not want to get in one. I just came from a wedding yesterday, my fault, 2 days ago. Drove up to Flagler Beach to see my people get married, and shout out, shout out to you. Hope I'm not gonna say their name because remain anonymous, but I hope your marriage is a successful and long marriage, man. I really do. But as you know, I put it like this: when you go to a wedding, and you're a single man like I am, the elders keep trying to hook you up with bridesmaids and any of the single women that's around the damn wedding and all that. And I know they mean well, they have good intentions, but I'm just not really interested into all that shit right now. And that's because I've been put through so much hell in relationships that I just ain't trying to do that right now. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm tired. And tired is an understatement as it pertains to this subject. This ain't to bash women. This is just to come to grips with the truth and reality of myself. Because I know I ain't been a perfect angel in relationships throughout my life. And I'm man enough and mature enough to admit that at this point. I've even given up my roster of women. Some of these women who are fine women with good box. I've given up my roster of women to have inner peace and to be closer to the divine. I've literally given up a couple chicks that I could be having sex with, like just on a string, just like indefinitely. Like I gave that up to have peace. And I know a lot of y'all fellas might think I'm tripping. They'd be like, oh man, you gave up some box, man. You gave up some ass. Like to find peace, man. Oh man, like I'd rather get a piece of ass. I'd rather get some peace than to have peace. Now see, that's you young motherfuckers that don't know no better. When you be put through enough hell in relationships, you just don't really want to entertain a lot of the shit no more. So Yeah, man. You know, like I'm numb. I'm numb to dating. I don't want to do it. I don't want to entertain anybody. I don't want to introduce myself to somebody all over again. I don't want to know what your favorite color is. I don't want to motherfucking pay for dates. I don't want to talk about bills. I don't want a human being that's basically another bill to me. I don't want any of that. I'm tired. I'm tired and I just want peace. Because Lord forbid I want that. Because my whole entire life has been a life of duty and service as a man, especially in relationships, especially in relationships here in America. And I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to. I'm like I'd rather be at the gym, you know, might play a video game or something, might do whatever, man. And I just want to be able to move the way I want to move without having to explain myself to somebody. I just want to go once in my life without feeling like whatever I'm doing in life ain't enough, whether that be leading, whether that be physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever. Like, in a lot of these relationships, and the man is never appreciated. You got to be more of this. You got to be more of that. You have to have more of this, and etc. And I'm tired of not feeling like I'm not enough. And to be honest, I think giving up my roster or whatever was a part of me shedding who I used to be. And I'm in a paradigm shift where I'm literally turning into a new person. And to be honest, it feels good, man. I ain't gonna lie. It feels enlightening to not have all that weight and baggage on my goddamn back. Just to say I got a warm body in my bed. Some of y'all fellas won't understand this, but when you get older, you will, if you're wise enough to learn from the trials and tribulations of life. Look, man, the last full-blown relationship I was in, y'all already know that I was gonna marry that girl. I felt like an outright fool when she rejected my proposal. I'm not gonna lie. That situation changed me, man. I've never felt no hurt like that in my life. It was a spiritual type of pain that I felt that felt like somebody was stabbing me with a sword. When you give your all to somebody and your all ain't good enough, you just don't want to do it no more once you goddamn been through enough of that shit. And to be honest, I know a lot of y'all fellas understand where I'm coming from when it comes to that. And let's not even talk about, you know, the people of my life, man. Let's not even talk about the friends I've seen, like some of the fellas I know, man, who are a shell of themselves of who they used to be because they got married to the wrong person or because they got in a relationship with the wrong person. Dudes who used to be goddamn stallions, Mustangs out here. Strong fucking fellas that are basically weaker, broken down, domesticated versions of themselves because the person who they got with didn't accept them for them. The person that they got with basically was like, no, you have to be what I want you to be. And I'm sorry, that will never be me ever in life. That happy wife, happy life. Oh, she's the boss bullshit. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. Some of y'all fellas are all right with that, but that's not me. Oh, I give my wife my whole paycheck. Man, that can't be me, man. It never was, man. It never will be. Seen these fucked up ass marriages and shit, man. Guys being kept away from their children. Let's not even talk about, you know, some of the fellas I know who have committed suicide from being in the wrong relationships. You know, a lot of people think that relationships are going to be these Disney fairy tale fucking relationships and everything's going to be everything. Let me tell you something, it's not. A lot of this shit out here, a lot of relationships nowadays are basically tainted by the time you get in them. And they're tainted by opinions of the peanut gallery, which is basically homegirls, homeboys, whoever, parents, aunties who have never been in a successful relationship in their life. And all of them are giving fucking tainted advice about how to be in a relationship. And none of them don't even know how to fucking properly be in a relationship. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want nothing to do with a lot of that. And I think I'm putting this fucking spot in my life at 40 something years old in no relationship, no family or nothing, because I'm meant to be in this position right now. I've matured and grown enough to know exactly who I am through and through. I'm talking about the good and the bad. That's one thing about not being in a relationship for so long and having somebody else carry you through, through life for the most part, is that you get to find out who you are through and through. A lot of people that be in a relationship wouldn't even know who they would be if they didn't have their partner with them. If they didn't have their partner to guide them through that. Now, those who are in good relationships, good on you. Not shitting on you, none of that. But a lot of relationships are basically a lot of relationships is just smoke and mirrors. And it's not what they fucking seem to be. The only way that I would change all of this is if God himself told me in my spirit that this is your future wife. This is the one who I've created for you. But until then, I don't want to hook up with chicks. I don't want to date chicks. I don't want to have conversations with them. I don't want to know their background story. I don't want to know their favorite color. I don't want to know what kind of movies they like. I don't want to know none of that. And this is no diss to women. I'm just like so numb from being argued with, spit on, beat up, and goddamn and borderline emasculated being in these relationships. I can't do it anymore. Because it's a constant loop. A constant loop. Where it's just, you just keep doing that and going through that shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm just like, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm all right, Y'all saw the last video when I read that card that my ex-girlfriend sent me in the mail trying to get back with me. I'm all right on all that. A lot of y'all need to stop being with somebody just for the sake of being with somebody. If y'all aren't aligned with God and goals and guidelines for respect and love and how to treat each other and all that, if y'all aren't aligned and on page 110% as it pertains to that shit, do not even get in that union because it's doomed to fail. I'm just saying. I've had girls and fucked around, had kids on the motherfucker with another guy, and rejected my proposals, had chicks hit me, all kinds of shit. And then let's not even talk about looking at my parents' marriage and the shit show that shit was, witnessing that bullshit as a child, as embarrassing as that was to watch. I've rarely ever seen a stable, happy relationship. Barely seen that in my life. I've only seen maybe 2 examples of a healthy relationship in my entire life. And hell, even still. So, relationship PTSD is like I've lost all optimism, all hope for anything resembling a healthy relationship because it seems like a pipe dream at this point in life. You know? And I know it seems pessimistic, but it's realistic. So I guess it's just gonna be me and the Most High for a good minute. You know, I'm just gonna enjoy this ride called life, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Just had to speak my mind on that. It's your boy Doc out. Peace.